Listen carefully. Men don't get lied to because they're stupid. They get lied to because they're listening for facts, while deception hides in phrases. Most cheating women don't hide the truth with silence. They hide it with carefully chosen words that sound reasonable, calm, and harmless. If you've ever walked away from a conversation thinking, maybe I misunderstood, or maybe I'm overreacting, this video is for you. Because today, I'm breaking down the exact phrases that appear before a man finds out the truth, not after. And once you recognize them, they lose their power. Stay with me. Welcome to Readinghermind. I'm Coach RDM, and I help men understand female psychology, especially when honesty fades and confusion takes its place. This video is not about accusing women. It's not about paranoia. It's about pattern recognition. If you value clarity, boundaries, and emotional self-respect, make sure you're subscribed, because here we don't argue with manipulation. We see it clearly and move accordingly. Phrase 1. You're overthinking it. This is one of the most common phrases men hear right before truth gets buried. You're overthinking it. You think too much. It's not that deep. Notice what's happening. She's not explaining the behavior, she's dismissing your analysis. This phrase trains you to distrust your own pattern recognition, and once a man stops trusting his thinking, he becomes easier to redirect. Overthinking is rarely the problem. Under-explaining behavior is. If this phrase sounds familiar, pause for a moment and ask yourself, what behavior was never actually explained? Phrase 2. Why are you always so suspicious? This is psychological redirection. Instead of addressing what you noticed, she reframes the conversation around your character. Now the topic isn't what changed, it's why are you like this? Men then go into self-repair mode. Maybe I'm insecure. Maybe I need to be more trusting. Maybe I'm projecting. And just like that, the spotlight moves off her actions. This phrase doesn't defend innocence, it attacks inquiry. Phrase 3. I've already explained this. This one destabilizes memory. Even when she hasn't explained it, or barely did, the statement plants doubt. Did she already tell me this? Did I miss something? The goal is not to convince you. The goal is to weaken certainty. Once certainty weakens, authority shifts. Men rarely talk about how disorienting this feels because it sounds small, but repeated over time, it erodes confidence. Confusion is not random, it's cultivated. Phrase 4. You're making this a bigger deal than it is. This phrase minimizes emotional impact. You're not allowed to decide what matters to you. She decides the appropriate level of concern. When men accept this framing, they begin negotiating their own boundaries. What should have been, this doesn't sit right with me, becomes, maybe I shouldn't care so much. This is how standards dissolve quietly. If you're recognizing patterns right now, subscribe. Clarity isn't something you're born with, it's something you train, and this channel exists to sharpen that awareness.
Phrase 5. Why can't you just trust me? This phrase sounds innocent, but it's strategically powerful. Trust is framed as something you owe, not something built through consistency. So now, instead of evaluating behavior, you're proving loyalty by ignoring your instincts. Healthy trust grows from alignment between words and actions. This phrase demands trust without evidence. That's not connection, that's pressure. Phrase 6. You're taking this the wrong way. Another perception attack. You didn't misunderstand her actions, you misunderstood reality itself. This phrase makes men reinterpret events until nothing feels solid, and when reality feels unstable, people cling to the person who appears calm, even if that calm is deceptive. Gaslighting doesn't feel aggressive, it feels reasonable. That's why it works. Phrase 7. I can't believe you'd think that about me. This is emotional leverage. Now you're not discussing facts, you're managing her feelings. Men then soften their tone, retract questions, and apologize, not because they were wrong, but because they don't want to be that guy. And just like that, inquiry ends. Truth doesn't survive where guilt replaces curiosity. Why these phrases work? Cheating creates internal conflict. Conflict creates behavioral inconsistency. Inconsistency creates risk. Words become shields. These phrases delay discovery, buy time, and shift responsibility. That's why many cheating women appear calm, not nervous. Entitlement often replaces guilt. I deserve happiness. I've sacrificed enough. This just happened. Calm doesn't always mean innocence. Sometimes it means preparation. What men should do instead. Do not argue endlessly. Do not over-explain. Do not chase clarity from someone invested in confusion. Instead, state your observation once. Watch the reaction. Step back emotionally. Engagement feeds manipulation. Distance restores perspective. Silence reveals more than confrontation ever will. The reality men must accept. Cheating is rarely sudden. It's a slow, emotional exit. By the time sex happens, respect has already left. Your power is not in catching lies. It's in recognizing patterns early and choosing yourself. That choice protects your dignity, your peace, and your future. If this video put words to something you felt but couldn't explain, you're not alone. Subscribe to Readinghermind. In the next video, I'll show you how cheating women test boundaries before they cross them. Stay sharp. Coach RDM.